And a very good morning to you here from Loughborough University. We're live this morning on the internet, on YouTube, and we're going to be joining Gaynor Nash very, very shortly, who's inside the commentary box with us now. Morning to you, Gaynor.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm very well, thanks. You all right?
A little damp, but I'm sure our spirits won't be dampened by this rather grim weather we've got today.
But we've got some fantastic matches coming up today, haven't we?
We certainly have. And we start with an all-Russian affair. So we have the Metrostroy team up against the Izmaylovo team. And yesterday, with their 8-0 win, they looked pretty formidable. So,
but you mustn't write off Metrostroy, must you? Because they came back in the second half.
And it looked as though part of that was that they were just getting acclimatised, if you like. A lot of the teams arrived quite late, and as a consequence of that, I think it took them a while to get going. But yes, they came back really well in the match against Loreto, put them under a lot of pressure. I thought they were a dangerous side.
So this morning we've got that match coming up. Then a little bit later we've got Loreto versus Victoria Smolovici.
Yeah.
And then the following match where you've got...
Well, the big one, I guess, you might say, which is the two winners from yesterday's Pool B games. So you've got Complutense from Spain against the host side, Leicester Hockey Club. Complutense had a 1-0 win yesterday against Sumchanka, and Leicester managed a 2-0 win, a slightly better win, against their opposition yesterday. And
how did you rate that Leicester performance yesterday then, Gaynor?
I thought it was competent more than brilliant. I think they did a really good job. 2 penalty corners. They had many more penalty corners than that, and obviously they were struggling to get past the keeper. But in the end, a bit of variety came in. It was actually quite significant because the Belgians, the Royal Antwerp side, broke the line, and one of their defenders had to go up to halfway, which gave Leicester a bit more room. So anyway, the players are coming out, so let's focus on the game. Okay, so the players are ready for this match. It is raining here. We have had a pretty poor forecast today for the weather. Yeah, I think, well, obviously it's going to be the same for both teams. And I guess they must get some pretty harsh conditions weather-wise to play in Russia. So we've got a St. Petersburg outfit up against a Moscow outfit today. So Metrostroy against the might of Izmaylovo. I think it will be a very interesting game, and I think we just have to wait and see what happens. If you're watching now, Izmaylovo are in the black kit, and Metrostroy are in the yellow kit. Both looking very smart today. So Metrostroy on the attack. Good strong tackle there by the number 14. That's Elizaveta Goncharovskeva. The ball's with Metrostroy. They're trying to go around the back. Good lead run, but unable to pick the ball up. And it was really hammering down here now. So that's Gutaneva stepping forward and Badova on the ball. It comes to nothing. I think we're already seeing indications that Metrostroy will be a much tougher proposition for their Russian counterparts than Smolovici were yesterday. They really did get steamrolled. So it's a free hit just outside the hashed area to Izmaylovo. Sideline ball. And Metrostroy break it up and come away. Foul by Drepankina. And they go high, Metrostroy go high. A good attempt to penetrate the D there by Metrostroy. If you do get a few pauses in the commentary today, it's because I'm trying to get from between the dugouts, which are all covered with plastic sheeting, and the technical delegates area covered with plastic sheeting, so I don't currently have a full view of the pitch. So nice composed play by Izmaylovo. Prepared to go back. There's Gutaneva on the ball. And that's just gone harmlessly over the back line for a 16-yard hit. I keep saying that. I must find what the correct terminology now is. Feet there by one of the St. Petersburg players, one of the Metrostroy players. That was number 9, Piotruk. So spread wide to Gutaneva, who again was an impressive player yesterday. But that's picked out. Nice skills in midfield by Metrostroy. That was their number 4, Imranova. It's won back by Gutaneva. This is Badova on the ball. She plays it wide to number 14, Goncharovskaya. Tidy play at the back. And Izmaylovo just couldn't pick that up. That was the number 10, Shamina Ksenia. Didn't quite pick the ball up there. Izmaylovo just beginning to get a grip on the game, but then that was really broken up very well by Metrostroy. Yulia Frolova on the ball, bit of a shoulder barge there from the young St. Petersburg player, number 6, it's Dianova, Elizaveta Dianova. So another player impressed me yesterday, number 9 for Izmaylovo. That's Kuzmina. Long corner given. They're coming back around. Back to their captain. That's Tim Sheena. Out to 14. Koncharovskaya. And she takes the self-pass. Again, prepared to go back. All of the Metrostroy players are back, almost in their own 23. And again, Izmaylovo look to build from the back. Tim Sheena, their captain, out to Gutaneva. Good ball in, but the deflection goes wide. I think that was Ksenia getting the final touch, but unable to do anything other than push the ball wide then. Out it comes to the Metrostroy left defender, and they go through midfield. Nice bit of skill from the number 2. That's Kiryanova. That's nearly a very, very good ball. Important that Metrostroy didn't get the final touch there from an Izmaylovo point of view. Here's Badova, who again impressed yesterday with strength. Good touch from the number 8, from Kuramshina. Okay, so Badova shows, whacks it in, and that's a touch off the Metrostroy defender, and it's a long corner. Could possibly have just got a call then from a keeper to let that go. Oh, right across the D, and a mistake. That clipped the heel of the Izmaylovo player. That's number 16, Anastasia Popova. Looking for the line ball there, Izmaylovo. It's cut out. And Tim Sheena on the ball. That's a good, clean pass up the line. But the Metrostroy player steps forward. It goes out to Strepankina stepping in again. And she does a lot of stylish stuff, but also pretty good at the bits and pieces as well. The more bread and butter things. I'm just looking around at these youngsters who are in the ball patrol, who are getting more and more soaked as the morning wears on. Poor souls. Gutaneva across to her captain, Tim Sheena. Swept out to the left. This is Strepankina on the ball now. Good ball forward to Badova. But neat play again by Metrostroy, breaking that attack up, forcing the foul from Badova. And the Metrostroy girl just fails to keep that one in. That was their number 10, Marina Fedorova. I think she scored yesterday in their match against Loreto. And again, they go backwards. Gutaneva. Out to Koncharovskaya, back to Gutareva. Big patient play from Izmaylovo. Not prepared to force the issue. That time they did. And it's picked out. So this is Kiryanova. Blocked out by Gutaneva. So it's a free to Metrostroy. Good little deflection there from number 4, Imranova. And Sedova wins the free there. Timshina goes high, and that's given us Ksenia not allowing the defender to meet that ball. It's maybe one of the more controversial rules of hockey. What happens when the aerial lands? The umpire is looking really for whoever was first in the locality, as it were, has priority. And if another player comes in, jumps into that space, they're almost always penalised. So a few stick rattles there. I've been impressed so far in this game by the sweeper, number 11 for Metrostroy, Chegodeva. She has looked very calm. Possibly these two teams will know each other's game quite well. She'll know the danger that Sedova presents, that Ksenia presents. The moment up front with her as her striking partner is number 5, that's Shumlina, Kristina Shumlina. Long ball from Metrostroy, but it's cut out by Timshina. And Metrostroy is stepping ahead. They're stepping up, they're stepping ahead of the ball, and they're doing a really good job here. Drepankina on the ball. She's a skillful player with a lot of vision, but a good work rate as well. Down the right-hand side, this is Sedova picking the ball up. Chegodeva lets her cross it, which perhaps not the wisest thing to do, and that is a penalty corner. First penalty corner of the game. Now, while they set this up, let me just tell you what the state of play is. In this group, because Izmaylovo won yesterday's match by 8-0, they obviously top the group, but there is a strange system with the Club Champions Trophy. If you win a match, you get 5 points. So they're on 5 points, and the other winning side yesterday from this group, which was Loretto, are on 5 points. But Smolovici are on 0 because they were beaten by more than 3 goals, and the yellow team, Metrostroy, are on 1 because they were beaten by less than 3 goals. Here we go. And that's been struck wide, and that was struck wide by number 2. That's Daria Vasileva. So Izmaylovo on 5 points, topping this group. That's going to be given for too high, yep. Loretto on 5 points. This lot, Metrostroy on 1, and Victoria Smolovici on 0. And the next matchup is Victoria Smolovici against Loretto. So 15 minutes pretty much gone, and it's tense. Both sides have had possession up in the other team's circle. Izmaylovo shading it. They've had a penalty corner that came to nothing. Really nice pick up there by Vasileva, and she's looking for Ksenia, but I think that's going to, is it going to run out? No, she's kept it in. Brilliant play, and she's won herself a penalty corner. Again, the defenders, particularly number 8, that's Kurumshina, Marina Kurumshina, looking at the umpire as if to say, what? I must say, I thought that came back off the Izmaylovo's attacker's leg, off Ksenia's leg. So they huddle, making their mind up what tactic they're going to try and employ this time. Sedova, and there was a deflection there, I think maybe by number 5, I think that might have been Shumlina, but harmlessly wide. Judging from the goal Sedova scored yesterday, she's certainly got the capability to launch a very powerful drag flick. Drepankina too scored from a low drag flick. That's a little bit dangerous, I would have thought. Number 9 is calling for clock to be stopped, and the umpire has not blown. Obviously because they're on the attack, but I think they're going to have to stop it there now as there's a free. No, the whistle has gone, my dear. Number 27, Yulia Frolova, trying to get the game going again. But with Alesia Piatuk being struck by that high ball from her own defender, they're going to have a look at this. And she's coming off the pitch, and she's going to be replaced by number 14. That's Ansiporovic. So Izmaylovo looking, I thought they were going to try and look to go around the back, but in the end it was the hard, hopeful ball in, and it came to nothing. So lovely attacking move by the number 23. That's Zakova. And she forces another penalty corner. Let's see what happens this time. Okay, looks like it's Drepankina to trap, so she won't be shooting. And it looks like the powerful Sadova is the one that's stepping up. And that's a really good stop. I'm not too sure the keeper knew exactly what was happening there, but Sadova's low drag was kept out by Pakotnova, who is the goalkeeper for Metrostroy. Bit of a story attached to that. She's wearing borrowed kit. Leicester Hockey Club had to lend her kit because the kit somehow got lost in transit. So there's a goalkeeper kit somewhere at Birmingham Airport, perhaps at this very moment. Metrostroy are weathering these literal and metaphorical storms pretty well so far. And here they go down that right-hand side. Tidied up by Izmaylovo. Out it goes. Neat play. Across it comes. They've won another penalty corner. Again, Metrostroy not absolutely sure what's gone on there. Some querying, but the umpire explaining exactly what she's thinking, and quite clearly she was correct, because umpires are always correct, aren't they? So now, is this going to be Sadova again? Oh, she's gone off to the left this time. It's still Drepankina. It looks like the number 2, Vasileva, is the one that's shaping. Might there be a slip? Yes. And out to Sadova, but a great save, a very good save. At the moment, Anna Pakotnova is answering all the questions that Izmaylovo are asking her. That's a good bouncing ball in. Drepankina feeding it back in, and Metrostroy weather that one, and Ivanova brings it out. Ibramova brings it out. I'm almost getting the hang of some of these names. Lily. Drepankina again on the ball. Launches it. A bit too hopeful. Just a clearing hit down the pitch. But it's gone off the Izmaylovo player, so Metrostroy can build. Lucky there by number 8. She's going to be in trouble because I don't think she's gone 5. I think she got away with that one. The number 8 definitely didn't retreat 5 metres from that free hit, but the umpire has allowed it. And it's Metrostroy in the attack. She got a reverse stick hit. Surrounded by players. What's going on over there? Long corner. Sorry, that's in a little bit of a blind spot for me at the moment. Through some plastic sheeting. That's high off Kutaneva. She's been allowed to survive that. No, it is a penalty corner. Let's see what Metrostroy have got in their locker then. I guess it would be quite ironic with Izmaylovo having already had about 5 penalty corners if this very first one for Metrostroy was a goal. Goalkeeper saves it, comes back to Metrostroy. Oh, she takes a wild swing, and that will be penalised. What a shame. That was a good attack by Metrostroy. Trepankina gets it forward, but it's intercepted. Oh, a real good old barge from Sadova there. There's a blow on the whistle. The keeper is down. Oh, I hadn't noticed that. The keeper is down, and that doesn't look good at the moment. She's down. Oh, she's getting up into a bit of a crouch. You're right. Up on her haunches now. Possibly a good thing for Sadova this, actually, that there's a keeper injury, because the umpires might have forget that awful body charge that she just did in midfield there. Keeper's okay. They're going to be able to restart, and this will be a free to Metrostroy. Nice skills from the left defender. She just runs into traffic. Again, more nice skills. Oh, that's not 5. That's going to be a short. Yeah. So that's a penalty corner against Trepankina for not being 5 metres. And the Metrostroy coach has a word of advice to Chegadeva as to what he'd like to see her doing at this penalty corner. Now they're being given the hurry up by the umpire. So Kurumshina goes out, Marina Kurumshina goes out to inject. Two castles set up, and it comes to the first. Oh, it comes to the second of the castles. It's missed. Good strong defending there. That was number 14 for Izmaylovo, who's Koncharovskaya. So good possession play there by the number 2. That's Kiryanova. Looks a skillful player. To the back line. It's pulled back. Slapped. Oh, that's over vigorous. The slap in there from Kurumshina, and that was a good opportunity really for Metrostroy. It's interesting how dominant Izmaylovo were yesterday, and how really resolute thinking and playing by Metrostroy is frustrating them at the moment. Not that they haven't had their chances, they have. So Kutaneva, so into Sadova, making a good lead again, but too high into the D. That's simple stuff. And Chigodeva gets herself out of trouble. Another little bit of a bump there, but wins the free. She's going to go out to the right. Trepankina again. Often the outlet ball for her teammates. Timshina brings her back into play. Nice lead by Sadova. Good pressure from the captain there of Metrostroy. The captain is Alessia Petrova. And this is Ibramova. And that's sloppy really, allowing Trepankina to get back in. Timshina took a tumble there, but she's all right. So that's number 9. That's Kuzmina has won herself a free. And that's a bit too easy for Chigadeva. Now Kiryanova up to Ibramova. She's got an overlapping player, number 14, but she doesn't use her at this point. Now she tries to use her. And she comes through the tackle, comes through the first tackle anyway. But Izmaylovo stand firm. A lot of stick stuff going on there. Bit of a clash between Gutaneva of Izmaylovo there and Petrova, the captain of Metrostroy. And that's Ibramova, and a great opportunity for Metrostroy with the goalie down. But Izmaylovo managed to get it away. So it's good play by Ibramova there. And I think the shot came in from Kiryanova on that right-hand side. It's an appeal by Kiryanova, wanting the penalty corner there. And Izmaylovo come away with the ball. Sadova trying to steal a few yards, not being allowed to do that. So quite a gritty but intriguing battle here between these two Russian sides. Gutaneva bringing the ball forward. Whoops, that's bet that was a little sore. That's number 14, Ansipirovic, getting one on the foot there from Gutaneva. I'm sure the pictures will tell you everything about that pass. Back to Chigadeva, who's been very, very reliable in this game so far for Metrostroy. Didn't give her the commentator's curse at that point. Trepankina's foot. Now you might notice I've not actually tried to name number 22. Metrostroy coach was attempting to teach me the pronunciation yesterday. I'll have a go in a minute when this attack results in something or nothing. Yeah, that's Shvetseva. I hope that coach isn't listening to me, because that was nothing like the pronunciation he taught me yesterday. So, out we go. That's Gutaneva, striding forward. And we've got an injury, little injury to the number 3, Shentsova, Olga Shentsova. She went really low for that. And the umpire spotted something. I don't know whether it was that, whether she deemed that was a deliberate foul by going low, or whether there's something happened in the D off the ball that I didn't see. But it's another penalty corner to Izmaylovo. And at some point, you'd have to say, I'm going to convert one of these. So we're just over 6 minutes to go to half time. One thing's for certain, the pitch isn't going to need a watering at half time. Here we go. Sadova's shot is blocked. Trepankina's shot is blocked, but the body of the captain, Alessia Petrova, captain of the Metrostroy team. I'm pretty sure they scored one yesterday from a deflect in front of the goalkeeper. And maybe they'll be looking for something like that again, because the keeper and the defence are dealing pretty well with the straight shots. Trepankina this time goes low, full stretch save from the goalkeeper. That's Pakotnova. Stick tackle there on the Izmaylovo player. Out comes Timshina, the captain. Oh, that's sloppy, but Trepankina saves Bacon there. given us a foul against Ante Pirovic. And being picked off at the top of the D, these hard balls in, and then a little bit of frustration there where simple ball out and it's not picked up by the Metrostroy player. Going to go around the back again, Skutineva, out to Goncharovskaya. It's another ball in that's wasted. You know, yesterday when they built down the right-hand side in particular and then pulled the ball back from the byline, they looked so much a better team than this team that's trying to bash things through. And that's a bit of a bash through as well. That was the captain, Petrova. Waste of a ball, really. So just 4.5 minutes to half-time. I think both coaches will have some interesting things to say to their teams. I think the Metrostroy coach will be the happier man. Kirinova wins the battle there of the number 2s. Okay, I was thinking that was a bit of a hopeful ball in, but in the end it produced something, forcing the goalkeeper into a save. And Izmaylovo come away with the ball, coming down this right-hand side. But a great tackle by Chigodeva. Well won. So it's Kuzmina, and off the left back. Vasileva steps up. Oh no, she's not going to take it after all. Goncharovskaya coming to the ball. Go back again, Gutineva. She'll probably go around to Timshina. No, she's coming back through the middle. Kuzmina playing that central role now with Drapen Kina taking a bit of a breather. Good play by the number 3, and she's lost out to Gutineva. Miscontrol really there. But the number 6 penalised. That's Dianova, Elizaveta Dianova. Not sure what Gutineva was trying to do there. Shake of the head from Vasileva, doesn't agree with the umpire's decision on that. Chigodeva spreads it wide. Bit too much in it for Ante Pirovic. Another of those high and hopeful balls. Chigodeva back, not Chigodeva, Drapen Kina back on. There's Kuzmina on the ball. And that's another penalty corner. Shrug of the shoulders from Sheventseva. She's not sure quite what that was all about. I've just been provided with a great big brolly. What a relief. So another penalty corner. And what have they got up their sleeves for this one? Frustrated so far. Ooh, this time it's a straight strike, but the player let go of her stick, and the umpire should really be stopping play. There's an injury here, yet she has now stopped play. But basically, with the dreadful weather, number 2, Vasileva, went for the big one, and young defender running out caught the full brunt of the stick as it came through. That was number 2, Kiryanova. Izmaylovo seems to have a bit more of a grip on her stick at this point in time. We're coming up to the last 30 seconds of this first half. I could hit in maybe, but again, could say it was just a hopeful ball. Nobody on the end of it. Chigodeva brings the ball away. And here's Sadova striding through the middle, trying to link to her number 5. That's Shumlina, and there's the half-time hooter. That's that for now. Okay, so 0-0. I would think the Metrostroy coach will be happier. Izmaylovo coach possibly frustrated, particularly with the waste of so many penalty corners. 1 or 2 interesting umpiring decisions, 1 or 2 injuries, 1 or 2 mispronunciations. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed that first half. I'm back with you in 10 minutes' time.
I don't know.
Elliot, bring your thermal tomorrow. Bring thermal tomorrow. Fair enough.
So we're getting ready for the restart here in Loughborough, sunny Loughborough. If you were kind of hoping that for the second half we might have tropical weather, sadly that's not the case. Maybe a tropical thunderstorm, I don't know. But both of these teams, and especially the poor ball girls and ball boys, thoroughly soaked. Little conversation with one of the umpires at half time. She quite clearly chilled to the bone, because it isn't warm either. So we were promised wet and humid, and at the moment it's wet and freezing. So second half, all to play for, 0-0 between the St. Petersburg side Metrostroy and the Moscow side Izmaylovo, and I would imagine that there's a fair bit of rivalry between the capital and the cultural capital, maybe, St. Petersburg. And already the Metrostroy team have carried the ball up, trying to pinch a few yards, really trying quite hard to put Izmaylovo on the back foot. And that come through. This could be an opportunity. And fumbled away really there. And Shevchenskaya coming down the right-hand side, looks to lay it out. But a very good block. Very, very good block there. I think that might have been Kuzmina. Yeah, Kuzmina. And there's a big obstruction there by the number 23, for Izmaylovo. 23 Zhashkova on the opposition number 3. That's Shentsova, Olga Shentsova. I've just lost my brolly. A bit of leaving it to each other then from the two Metrostroy players, but their team has won the free hit. There on the right hand side, Shevchenskaya didn't actually realise that was the case. It's just a bit too hot to handle for her teammate there. It's all Metrostroy at the moment, which is a change from the first half. Good strong tackle by Tim Sheena. And she goes to the right back, which is Vasileva. Beats her left defender quite easily there. Down the pitch, but Ksenia cannot keep that ball in. And Chigodeva can build again. She's been very solid. She looks really relaxed on the ball, really calm as a person. Saver bringing it away. And that's kept in. That's the number 9 for Metrostroy, who's Pietuk, who was hit by one of her teammates, by Saver in the first half. And she's made a good recovery. Nice aerial. Well brought down. You're allowed to do that in top level hockey. If I tried to do that on a Saturday playing for Leicester Fifths, I'd be in trouble. I'd also probably put my back out. Right, so it's Metrostroy still that are dominating this early phase of the second half. Saver, nah, it's been picked out by Trepankina. She's got a player making the lead run ahead of her. Can't find her. And yeah, a little bit of a tendency to agree with both the coach and the player there that there was nothing wrong with that tackle. Izmaylovo trying to build down the left, but it's picked out. Saver. And, it's interesting. Trepankina losing out in midfield to the number 10 for Metrostroy, which was Petrova. Here's the captain, the 15. Sorry, that number 15 is the captain. That's Petrova. Number 10 was Fedorova. All nice and tight down this right-hand side. Good defending by Izmaylovo. And they try to switch things by playing the aerial. Bit of a touch on the foot there, but the umpire deeming that it wasn't material. So, Kutaneva pulled up there. Looking for the deflection. That was Pietuk trying to get onto that ball that was whacked in by Kurumshina. And Izmaylovo come away. Down the line from Kuzmina. Izmaylovo into the D. Got a free hit on the edge in the hashed zone. And it's gone across. Yeah, Ksenia puts it in, but it had come off her own foot. So with half an hour of this match still to go, it's still locked at 0-0. Chigodeva on the ball. Neat little touch from Ksenia. Ksenia again. And that's just gone long. So the umpire signals that ball's gone over the back line off the attackers. So Chigodeva standing over the ball. Big hit there. And that's hit the post. So that ball is still in play, technically. Tim Sheena having to do something with it. It's that great big long hit and hope from the back. Almost turned into something when it came back off the post then. Kutaneva. Did she lift that into the play? Yes, she did. She did. It's given against her. It's gone down the line. Trepankina bringing it away. Out to Vasileva, down the right-hand side. Linking it. That's a nice turn. That's Ksenia. Back to Vasileva. This is good movement. Sadova on the end of it at the moment. It's probably going to get whacked in. It is. And, that's up off the keeper. good intervention by the keeper, but it's up onto the number 9, Kuzmina, and that's deemed to be dangerous, so Izmaylovo get a penalty corner. Well, they squandered quite a few of these in the first half, so it'll be interesting to see what the coach had to say to them at half-time and whether they're going to have a change of plan this time round. That was almost a golden opportunity. If that hadn't actually struck Kuzmina and she'd been able to gain control of it, that surely would have been the opener. Oh, and that is a fantastic strike. So this time, Drepankina was stopping. She slipped it to the left, and that was their number 5, I think. Number 5, which is Kristina Shumalina, opening the scoring in this match for Izmaylovo. And I guess, despite the fact that Metrostroy have made the better start in the second half, that would probably be fair on the balance of play. So Metrostroy now have to come out and attack, otherwise they'll have lost 2 matches. So here they go, attacking the D, and there's a slip there, but she manages to stay on her feet. It's a good battle. So Marina Fedorova winning through. That's a good little turn. Number 3 lays it back, and the umpire gives it against Metrostroy. And away comes Sadova. Ksenia. She's looking left to Kuzmina, who looks even further left to Drepankina. And that's a good ball through, and another great layoff. It's a fantastic layoff from Vasileva, and I think that's the second goal. Yeah, that's the second goal for Shumlina. So Izmaylovo with second of the match. I think Metrostroy obviously having to go for it, really, and that left a few holes. But it was lovely link-up play. First of all by Ksenia, then to Yasmina, and the finish, the layoff and the finish were both fantastic. So here comes Chigodeva. That's probably as far as she's ventured all game, just over the 23. Picked out by Drepankina. She's fouled. She almost carried that ball through, but in the end they settled for the free. And Drepankina trudges out to take it. Yeah, I think she's always going to run the ball, trust her skills. Great layoff out to the right. This is Kuzmina. She plays it in. Keeper makes a save. But Sadova gets onto the end of that and finishes with subtlety that I wasn't sure she possessed. That was a really lovely finish. Great save. Came out to Sadova, and she deft little lift in from a narrow angle. Great goal. So from 0-0 and Metrostroy doing all the pressing, surprisingly, it's now 3-0 to Izmaylovo. That's off a foot. Instead of letting to see if anything might happen, the umpire blows. So Shentsova on the ball. And a foul there by Yasmina. Ooh, that was nasty. Petrova hammering that one in a little bit high. I think I would have felt that one. I think number 14, Goncharovskaya, also did. Great challenge from Drepankina. And it really is Izmaylovo running the show again now. It's a lovely piece of play. Goes out to Vasileva. Vasileva out to Sadova. Good ball in. Oh, that went in off the defender, but there's no own goal rules anymore, so it's a long corner. Sit over on the ball. Nobody going to tackle her, so she carries on. There's a stick thrown in there, and long corner. Don't seem to be too fussed by that. Potentially when a player throws their stick in, you might expect a penalty corner there. Vasileva becoming increasingly influential in this game out there on the right. Keener on the ball. Takes on a player. Ooh. At one point that looked a little nasty, but she's fine. That slip. Chegadeva on the ball. Back to a left defender. Kurumshina. Back to Chegadeva. Can they get anything out of this game? At the moment they're going to get 0 points because they're 3-0 down. Ibramova on the ball, skillful player, and Timoshina fouls her, so it's a free hit to Metrostroy, who've given it outside the 23, which means they can whack it directly in if they so wish, and they do. And that was very near to a deflection. With a strong challenge from the number 6, Dianova. Looks quite a young player, but obviously more than happy to mix it with these Izmaylovo women. Neat play. They're spreading it wide. That was a nice play by Zhashkova, the number 23. And Gutaneva just keeps it in. Petrova on the ball, looking for somebody on the right, but there's nobody there. So she goes long again, and that's the number 3, Shentsova, can't control it. That could have been interesting because there was a 2v1 there. And the Irish players from Loreto are arriving for the next match. They'll be well used to weather like this. Sadova challenging there with Kiryanova.
Great job.
So back to Petrova, trying to get something going for her team. Again, it's the long ball that she opts for. That's a stick, surely. Yeah, penalty corner. So it's penalty corner for Metrostroy. Be looking to get a goal, which should not only give them some hope, but it would also give them a point, because at the moment they're on 0 from this game. Might hear the coach barking a few instructions there. So Kurumshina is on the injection. Looks like Kiryanova is on the stop, and there are a couple of options over the ball, one of which is Chigadeva. It's gone to a straight stop by Petrova, and nothing's come of it. And the Izmaylovo team are on the attack again, and they've got an overload on this side. That was a strange ball, really, from their number 27, Frolova, Yulia Frolova. Something of a waste. Nice skills there by number 2, Kiryanova. Ball breaks in midfield. I think Petrova's going to get there first. Oh, that was a very good reverse stick take by number 16, Popova. And Sadova is in, and she doesn't look like the sort of player that you give that kind of opportunity to. So we're at halfway through, almost halfway through this second half. Not quite, but almost. And it's 4-0 now. So Metrostroy are staring down the barrel of a 0-point game here. They need 2 goals now to avoid being beaten by 3 or more. And Izmaylovo are looking like gold medal contenders, I think. It's going to be a very interesting game when they play Loreto, I think. I'm not wishing to prejudge the Loreto Smolovici game, but I would think that Loreto are favourites. Umpire being very pernickety there. Favourites for that, which would mean 2 teams going into the last match on level points. Okay, umpire deciding that that was deliberate obstruction there by Guteneva outside the D, and has awarded a penalty corner. The Metrostroy players looking across their bench for some guidance from their coach. So there they go. Didn't get a goal. A strong save. Oksana Boyko there with the save for Izmaylovo. It's a good touch. Maybe something coming of it. Guteneva on the ball. Some neat skills. That's going to be given. It's given the Metrostroy's way. Deemed to have been lifted into the number 9. That's Piotuk. She goes back to her captain Petrova, whose control isn't good enough. And here goes Ksenia, tracked by the number 8. That's Kurumshina, and fouled by the number 8. Oh no. It's gone the way of the St. Petersburg girls. And Chigodeva prevents it going to her opponent, but puts it off the pitch. You certainly have to say that 4-0 is slightly flattering to Izmaylovo, but they definitely deserve to be up in this match. Been more enterprising, created more chances, had many more penalty corners. That was a wasted ball though. Back to Chigodeva. Out she comes this right-hand side, Shiventseva. She goes down the line, but Timshina is there. Trepankina, lovely lead by Sadova, trying to link up. Yeah, nice play by Vasileva. And she's in for a shot. Keeper makes a great stop. Shiventseva, time to get this one away. Okay, stick tackle by Sadova on. Again, the umpire's very, very fussy about which tuft of Astro the ball should be on. I'm showing my age there by calling it AstroTurf, aren't I? All-weather surface, or whatever it's called these days. And neat play by Ibramova. Are we going to get a goal? Tidied up there by the number 27. That's Yulia Frolova. Nope, that's not come to anything by Alicia Piotuk. Straight off the back line. 1 or 2 people looking soaked to the skin and frozen to the bone. And yeah, this weather is not doing us any favours. Big, long, high ball, not deemed dangerous. So Ksenia on the ball. Lead run by the number 16. That's Popova. Good defending. Good defending by Metrostroy, and a sharp blow on the whistle to indicate that the umpire felt there was a bit physical there from Izmaylovo. Thank you very much. Lady with the brolly has just moved away from in front of me. Thank you, that's kind. Trepankina, been a little less influential today than she was yesterday, but other people have really stepped up to the mark. Been very impressed by Vasileva, the number 2. Drapankina too in a little battle there with Popova. And Sadova puts the ball out. I think if I was the Izmaylovo coach, I'd possibly give a breather. So they've got a big squad. I'd give a breather to a couple of these key players. And indeed, as I speak, Vasileva's coming off. But I think I might be tempted to give Sadova a little break, and possibly Drapankina. Just seen another example of a player losing their stick, going for the big hit and losing their stick. Ibramova just puts a stick in there on, who was that? Goncharevskaya. Captain on the ball, gets fouled. Here she goes. And could that come through? That could come through. It's come through. And that was a very close call from Shentsova. Battled for the ball, won the ball, and then just slashed it straight across the keeper and wide of the far post. And Drapankina got her arm in the air, appealing for the ball, but she's not going to get that. Sheventsaya. And good, strong defending by the number 23, Zhashkova. Good defence. Sadova on the ball, looking to link with Gutaneva. Gutaneva spreads it wide. Ooh, that was interesting. Yeah, missed by the number 8, Kuremshina, but 16 for the Russian side. Popova couldn't control. Lots of changes. It's the first time in this game that we've seen number 7 for Metrostroy. That's Krivopolova. Should we get to play a little bit yesterday? Oh, nice attempt. Good bit of attacking by the number 14. Zipirovic and Chigodeva. That's a lovely ball. And a reverse stick strike, which the keeper has to stretch to keep out at a near post. So it's a good effort there. That was from Fedorova, who was goal scorer yesterday. Sheventsaya on the ball. But excellent stepping up there by Goncharevskaya. And here's Sadova. Number 5, Shumlina, who scored the first 2 goals for the team today. She finds a teammate, Popova, and Popova brings a good save out of the keeper. But, a little stick rattle. The arms are up, the shrugs of the shoulders. The Metrostroy players do not agree, but the umpire stands firm, and that is a penalty corner. Obviously, if we were playing top-level international hockey with video umpires and video footage to refer back to, they could have called for a referral then. That's what's happening at the World Cup at the moment. Each team is allowed 1 referral. And if they're right, they keep their referral, and if they're wrong, they lose it. I don't know how many of you have been watching that, but it's not been good for the England team at this point in time. Bottom of their group. The England ladies I'm talking about there. The England men doing very well. Oh, that was a good strike. That was Shumlina again, but she wasn't able to find the target. And Goncharevskaya brings it away to Shumlina. Captain Petrova brings it away. The Izmaylovo team are very, very good at getting back. Their work rate is impressive. Sheventsaya come down this side. Nice skills. Drapankina playing it in. That's going wide. That's really neat play by the Izmaylovo side. 4-0 up, 8 minutes to go. Don't look in any danger. It's just really a question of whether they can add any more goals to their tally. It's another lost stick. They're off to the back line. And Shevtseva brings it away. And really neat intervention there by my player of the match, Vasileva. And the Metrostroy player, the number 2 there, Kiryanova, wins the obstruction and wins a free. Kurushina back to Jagadeva. Out down to the right here. Shevtseva. Good long ball, well picked up, well picked up. She's going to keep that in. Yes, she is going to keep that in. And that's a rattle from Timshina. I think I would have given something for that, but the umpire is not interested. Petrova on the ball, plays it in, fielded well by Timshina, the captain. And Sedova, first time out to the wing. Really neat play. That looks a little bit of a hopeful ball, but it's resulted in a penalty corner. I do believe the skies are lightning slightly. That's lightning with an E in it, not lightning as with fork lightning, thank God. Right. Izmaylovo come back to go around again. Neat play, very neat play. Here she goes, attacking the D. Very purposeful attack. That's tidied up. Here's Ibramova. Ibramova still on the ball. That's Kiryanova. Looking for a teammate down this back line, but a great step across from Goncharevskaya. Ooh, ouch, I felt that. And that was Kiryanova, hit on the foot by number 27, Frolova there. Jagadeva, good reverse stick, hit down the pitch, and Vasileva can't keep that one in. So can Metrostroy get anything out of this? At the moment they're on 0 points from this game. 1 point from yesterday's game because they got within a goal of Loreto. Remember, if you lose by less than 3, 2-0, 3-2, whatever it was, 3-2 yesterday, you pick up a point. Lose by more than 3, you get nothing. Win, you get 5. That's a great ball. And another great piece of play by the goalkeeper. This goalkeeper's possibly been the most impressive of all the goalkeepers on show so far. She hasn't been called upon all that often, but when she has, she's looked exceptionally competent. Ouch. Number 25 for Izmaylovo, Pushkash. Not Ferenc Pushkash, the Hungarian maestro. Hit on the hand. Oh, here we go. No, no. Great play, great defensive play. That was the number 23, Zhashkova, who really kept her cool there. Lovely aerial. That's Vasileva again. Whoa, that's an interesting little bit of tennis going on. Can Ibramova do anything? Yeah, she's won the free off Goncharevskaya. I'm sure they'll be hoping they can get at least a goal. Ibramova, get your shot in. She does. Keeper saves it again. Great piece of goalkeeping. She does look at this point in time supremely confident. Another launched ball. Another one dealt with. So number 25 Pushkas doing a good defensive job there. Here's Vasileva. Nice to Sedova. Jagadeva chasing across with the number 16 Popova, sorry, and sees it out. It's an interesting ball, and it could work out to the advantage of the Metrostroy team. Gutaneva, again, very calm, very confident. Lovely play. Oh, Gutaneva thinking about the aerial. Didn't come off. Oh, an interesting, interesting challenge there. You could see her winding up for that. And the Izmaylovo defender was back in good enough time to make sure that Shentsova couldn't dispatch that into the net. Tim Sheena, who's been very calm as captain, a bit of a blunder by her. I'm not sure that ball was stopped, but hey, never mind. Whoop. Nice skills by Shentsova. I'm told that it's a sideline ball. Certainly looked like a foot to me. And that one's a bit of a howitzer into the D, and Shentsova unable to get on the end of it. Quite surprised really that the coach of Metrostroy hasn't thought about gaining a point, perhaps by taking off his goalkeeper and going with 11 outfield players. Certainly might have thought about that for the last 5 minutes or so. See if they could get within less than 3 of the opposition. Very nice lead. Draws the foul off Tim Sheena. Off she goes. Tim Sheena with the tackle, but it's a stick tackle. And that's a penalty corner. I think a lot of the neutrals in the crowd would be hoping that perhaps there's a goal here for Metrostroy to give them a little bit of a lift. There's a little bit of giggling going on in the background because it's stopped raining. Goodness me. Too late for most of us who are soaked through. Here we go. And that's Chigadeva, who's probably been her team's best player, getting a little bit of pride back with a lovely goal there. Nicely struck. So 4-1, and we're in the last minute of the game. So that probably is it in terms of scoring. And what we'll end up with is 5 points to Izmaylovo and 0 for gutsy Metrostroy team. So we're almost into the last 10 seconds now. Chigadeva bringing the ball out, launching it again, and very calmly dealt with there by 23. That's Zhashkova. Out to Goncharovskaya, and we're pretty much there. There we are, there's the hooter, and a comprehensive 4-1 win for probably the most impressive team in the tournament so far, Izmaylovo. And we'll be getting ready soon for the second match of the day. One thing's for sure, there'll be no pitch watering going on between the games. So soon onto the pitch for their warm-up, and they'll need a warm-up today because it is very, very chilly indeed. Is the other two teams in Pool A. That's Loreto from Dublin in Ireland, and the Belarusian team of Victoria Smolovici. 8-0 loss yesterday. They'll be looking for a bit of a boost to their pride in the match today. So I'll leave you there, and I hope you've enjoyed our coverage of that first rather sodden match between Izmaylovo and Metrostroy, which ended 4-1 to Izmaylovo.